reason why. NSC Wrestling, we own this town. Until the final bell, we'll hold our ground. Hold ground. Hold ground.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the NSC Wrestling and Gaming Podcast. I am your host, the Director of Chaos, Nicholas Canfield, along with two studly guys. Oh, my God.
Hey, he doesn't get much studlier than me, Chris
Yeah.
Canfield, a.k.a. Big C.
Yeah, and a new addition to the roster. I might say somebody who added to the main roster.
Yes,
Mr.
yes.
John Clemente.
What's going on?
Should I call you John C?
You can call me whatever you like. Don't ever do that again.
All right. So, Clash in Italy starts at 2 p.m. Eastern Time Sunday, yes?
Sunday, yep.
2 p.m. Eastern Time, so that's 11 a.m. West Coast time?
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
God
no,
bless you.
Yeah. Terrible, terrible.
Like, I know that sucks, but it's whatever.
So, what do we think of the build-up for this PLE so far?
My thoughts is there's really only one match on this card that can't be missed, and that is
Oba and
Brock and Oba 2. This kind of reminds me of the old Rocky. You know, the first Rocky, Rocky lost to Apollo Creed. But then in part 2, Rocky came back.
You're
So-
talking about your dinosaur days right now.
Yeah, guys, laugh it up. I'm the old man on the totem pole here, but this is where the wealth of knowledge comes from.
Or the forgetfulness.
Technology has been doing me bad. Anyways, at WrestleMania Night 2, when Brock and Oba faced off, that was pretty much a squash match for Brock. He pulled kayfabe, got a lot of people going there that he had retired, leaving his boots and gloves in the ring. I didn't think that was actually going to happen when Nick and I were talking about it later on in the week. I said, it can't be, because, he just signed. Why would he just automatically retire type of thing? And then when Heyman came out on Raw and said that, he did, in fact, retire, I was like, no shit. And seen him come back 2 weeks ago on Raw and give Oba 4 F5s. I mean, Oba has never been handled like that before. Even in his NXT time, he was never manhandled like that. So I think that Brock himself is going to destroy Oba Femi. And I don't think that's going to take anything away from Oba, because it is Brock Lesnar. I mean, he is the
Right.
beast incarnate. And then I think that's going to be the buildup for SummerSlam in Minnesota.
I'm going to let John speak before I give my thoughts.
So you just want to get into Brock versus Oba or what?
Yeah. Give me your thoughts, and then I'll say my piece, because I called it at SummerSlam when he returned. I'm calling it now. So I'll let you say your piece first.
Yeah, so before I set an explanation here, my prediction is pretty much the same thing as Chris. I think Brock is gonna take this, and it's going to lead to Brock versus Oba 3 at Minneapolis. And I think in SummerSlam, that's where Brock is gonna retire. I mean, Oba's gonna retire Brock for good. So if you think Oba is gonna walk into Italy this weekend and sweep Brock Lesnar, then like you clearly don't understand like the business of professional wrestling. You don't take the biggest box office attraction of the last like what 2 decades,
Yeah.
and then
That is true.
just
Yeah.
have him lie down 3 times in a row for you know for a rookie. Let's face it, bro. Oba got called up, and it was really fast. So I still consider him a rookie at this point, even though he's big, he's strong, and he can be the next. Uh, well, I don't want to say the next Brock Lesnar. He's going to be the first Obafemi, obviously, but the next big guy. And if Oba goes 3-0, then you just completely destroyed the myth of the Beast
Yeah.
on his way out.
Oh, absolutely. That's 100% correct on that one there. Um, you
And
know,
then
the
at the end of the day, it also hurts Oba's rub because the win loses his value. Uh,
that Mhm.
but if you have Brock win, and then it's gonna be 1-1, and have Brock versus Oba 3 at SummerSlam, then the real money is in the struggle. You know,
Mhm.
so I in my opinion, I think Clash in Italy where Brock wins is going to be like the ultimate reset button. Brock is going to turn Oba upside down. He's going to give him his receipt, and he's going to tie it up 1-1. I,
So
I
so
I got
d-
more to say, but I'll let Nick talk.
okay, well, hold on, Nick. Just a quick question there. Okay, now do you think if Brock decimates over, let's say it's a good 6 7 minute match, and Brock's just pounding the hell out of him, do you think that that's going to hurt Oba in the long run? Like, do you think he'll be able to come back from a devastating loss like that? I mean, because he has lost, in NXT. Obviously, he lost to Ricky Saints, his NXT championship, but he got it back within a couple months. Um, do you think with Brock and the way he throws people around, that that's going to hinder the progression of Obafemi?
No,
No,
not one
absolutely not.
bit.
Like I
Um,
said, it's Brock.
yeah,
Oh,
so
yes, I'm saying it is
it's
Brock.
more like a badge of honor. I mean, so to bring it full circle, I was the first. I will say I was the first who said Brock was going to return at SummerSlam, and nobody believed me. And I predicted this shit like a month and a half before SummerSlam, and then oh, that was great. But I don't think this was a work necessarily for Brock retiring. I don't think it was a work simply for the fact that if it was a quote unquote work, he would be the first ever in professional wrestling history. And I'm not talking the whole Mark Henry retirement, 2000 and what 12 or 13 it was when he had that retirement, and
With
he
John
only.
Cena.
But you gotta understand, like the way he did it, he threw up the X. Everybody in professional wrestling knows the X is this is not a work.
Hmm.
And then laying down the gloves, laying down the boots, and sending his farewell. And at the end of that match, Oba tipped his cowboy hat as a farewell sign. And then for that 2 weeks, nothing was happening. And they had the Monday Night Raw where Brock retired. And this is where the events lead up, right? So think about after that, the people that got let go. And then we heard about the budget cuts. And then we didn't see Roman through with any shows in July or in June, July, whatever the case may be, not showing up at Clash of Champions in Saudi. There's something missing now. Clearly, there was a lot there. You can't say if your heavyweight champion doesn't show up, right, Roman. Now you don't have Brock, and then you calling for the pay cuts, the infamous pay cuts, and then you have a team like the New Day. First one's the lead. I'm not doing that, right? And then it was slowly people getting cut, people getting released, la yada. Now you're missing something. Obviously, Brock at that time, in my opinion, maybe in I could be 100% wrong, but I don't think so. He really did retire, but he had a couple. He had a work going on. There was a lot of speculation with Gunther being the one to retire him. I mean, Goldberg, Cena, Styles, and that probably wasn't in Brock's forte. So now you look at a guy like Oba, who he chose to work with. build him up. If Oba wasn't in the picture, in the plan, he wasn't going to do it. So now, meaning comes out with Brock. Creative, hey, we're going to continue this Oba storyline. Maybe we'll throw you a couple extra mil on the way. Brock shows up, completely, blows up the place. 4 F5s to Oba. Nobody's demolished Oba like that before. But in Brock's rookie year, 2002, there was a guy who threw around Brock, and his name was Taker, Undertaker. Now you look at full circle moment. Brock's demolishing Oba right now. Clash in Italy, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. West Coast. Brock's gonna win. It's a must. He has to win. Now, what are we gonna see? I don't think Brock's gonna just leave after that. I don't think he's gonna leave and then a week or two or maybe 3 weeks before SummerSlam shows up again. I want my redemption. Now it's gonna be in every. I think at least once a week, maybe Raw, maybe every other Raw. But something's gonna build up to that where he's just flaunting himself. You're going to see another side of Brock that we haven't seen before. We've seen within the last 5-6 years a lot of different sides of Brock than what we're used to. We've saw in the last 5 or 6 years Cowboy Brock, long hair Viking Brock, and then we saw a couple years before that Mr. Money in the Bank. We're seeing a progression of who Brock Lesnar is as a person, as a pro wrestler. So now we're going to see another side of Brock that we haven't seen yet. Then comes SummerSlam. I don't know if it's going to be necessarily a stipulation match where it's
going to be a stipulation match.
It's going to have to be a stipulation match.
Yeah, it's going to be a stipulation.
What's the point? Because we already know Brock's retiring. Well, we already know SummerSlam's going to be in Minneapolis, his second home.
I mean, for what you're saying, it does go into line, but you've got to have a stipulation inside there. The thing with Brock is that when you're going back to where he supposedly retired, right? He never officially said he retired. He never once came out and said, "I'm done, I'm retired." Those words never came out of his mouth. And I went back and I watched the other Raws. I went back and I watched WrestleMania again. He never once said that he retired. We all assumed he retired. Leaving the gloves and the boots in the ring, that's not a sign of retirement. That never was a sign of retirement. That just started happening.
That was never
recently. Nope, that just started happening recently.
But what about Adam Pearce with the papers that he mentioned?
Okay, so like he said, he never said he retired. Paul Heyman said that he was retired.
They had a tribute for Brock.
They had a tribute. But you hear him saying, did Brock ever come out and say,
Brock is a man of very few words. 2003 WrestleMania with him and Goldberg. Listen. 2003 WrestleMania with him and Goldberg. Brock never said, "I quit." Brock threw up the middle fingers to the crowd, and that was it. That was the last you saw of him until 8 years after that.
Yeah, he left on his own accord.
So
he never retired then.
But he left. There was no signs of anything where he was leaving. Nobody.
You are correct.
So
yeah, he quit. It's kind of like when Sasha Banks and Naomi just left on a SmackDown. They quit. When CM Punk in 2014, he just quit.
Yeah, but this is a retire. This is.
He never retired. He never said, "I retired." We all assumed this. Like I said, this was pure shock and awe, is what it was.
One day, I would love to have Paul Heyman or Brock on here, just because I'm going to remember this conversation to the day I die.
Paul Heyman.
Me tell you something.
You got to remember, Paulie, okay, is probably one of the greatest wrestling minds that's ever came into the business.
Hands down, yeah.
That's true.
All right. He played everybody like a fiddle. Everybody, myself included. When he came out and said, take Brock off, then now put him on the forever and this, that, and everything else. We all played to it. And this, this is the first time that I can honestly say that kayfabe got me in the last 10 years. They
Okay.
played us close to the vest.
Okay. Well, okay. So we're going to throw a 50-50 in the air. 50% it was a work, 50% it wasn't. I'm on the side where it wasn't a work. I'm on the side as cash is king and cash talks. But,
She's king.
but we know WWE does this thing unreal.
Yeah, you know this is gonna be on there, like season 4. They're gonna be talking about this because it got
Well, no
everybody.
doubt.
Yeah, it
Do
got
we think
everybody.
now with Unreal? I've talked to guys. I've talked to like Glenn Ruth, Thrasher of the Headbangers. I've talked to who else? I've talked to that.
We've talked to Anderson on it. We've talked
And
to.
I've talked to Ken, but then I've talked to some guys who just simply haven't watched it. Is this going to be a work shoe or is this going to be the real thing?
Obviously, they've pulled back the curtain so much that they're gonna, even if it's on Unreal, it's still going to be a scripted Unreal.
Mm-hmm.
But they've pulled back the curtains on it so much that you're going to see little glimpses. And as long as you keep your eyes off for the Easter eggs, I think you're going to see that this was a straight up work.
So we placing a bet right now? I would love this.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. We bet. What are we betting? A piece of a collection, or are we betting money?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely not taking you out for dinner. I know that
All
because
right.
I'd be
How
broke.
about this? How about this? I know you don't. I know you don't have in your collection. I know you don't have in your collection, but I do. I will bet you a signed Brian Clark figure, Bone Crushing Wrestlers, but it's signed as Adam Bomb. I'll give you that if you win, and if I'm right, I want some sort of Jeff Hardy signed figure.
No,
Deal?
you
I
should
can
have
do
broken
that.
his heart and said Matt Cardona.
No. Jeff
I
Hardy's fine.
fuck Cardona. I don't want none of Cardona on this fucking podcast.
Oh, I should show you my new prototype. It just came in.
Go
The Big
fuck
Rubber
yourself.
guy.
No, we don't bring that name up, all right, in this podcast, John. I know you're new, but we don't bring that name up, all right? He'll start getting a hard on. He'll start getting a fucking hard on.
I got my Macho USA shorts on from Collect Major, so
All right.
But
Jesus.
yeah,
Well, so at the end of the day, WWE is clearly setting up like an absolute masterpiece of storytelling in here.
oh yeah,
If think about the arc. Oba squashes Brock in 5 minutes at WrestleMania. He leaves the gloves in the ring. We all think it's over, and then he comes back looking for blood. So Brock taking the win in Italy is the perfect bridge for Minneapolis. It reminds everybody why that he is one of the most terrifying men in
real life,
in professional wrestling and combat sports history.
Yeah.
And it ties the series at 1-1, and then it also sends a hype train for SummerSlam.
So we're all in agree that Brock's winning this.
Yep.
And he's gonna retire at SummerSlam.
Now,
Yeah.
I got a question. Did you guys catch the promo that Brock had where he had the one-on-one, or just him himself in the room when he was talking about Obafemi? That's like one of the first times I can ever remember Brock Lesnar having like a backstage promo where he's sitting down talking about it.
Or he's actually just talking in general.
Where he's just talking about it, yeah. And then with Oba coming out and saying that he's going to kill Brock, oof. Yeah.
Brock's one of those people. I mean, everybody has said it. Joe Rogan said it. That Pat McAfee. That when you see Brock, you think like Viking era. You think like Jesus Christ. This guy is gonna take out an entire army by himself. He's a scary looking human being, and what he can do with his hands is just terrifying.
Well, I mean, you got to think he is a legitimate freak of nature.
Yeah,
280 pounds at like 6% body fat,
he ran a
doing a
four. He ran a 4.4 in
yeah,
jeans.
doing a standing jump from the floor to the ring apron.
4 feet.
I still remember he used to do that all the time. Just jump against nothing. The way he moves, I mean, yeah, he is a freak of nature.
So
Four XL hands. He had to have
yeah,
specially made gloves in UFC.
yeah.
Like, ooh,
So I want to talk about Becky Lynch against Sol Ruka for the
ooh,
women's IC title. This match is interesting for me, simply for the fact that Becky has a hard on for this IC title for like the last year now. All right, it seems like every time she's in some type of PLE, or she has to have that title. I don't get it. It's kind of annoying now. I loved the feud with her and Lyra for the IC title. It was a really good feud. I love how they kept it going, but they're keeping Becky with this IC title way much longer than it should, and like,
You think
it
so?
adds. I don't think so. I think when you have arguably one of the greatest women wrestlers of all time holding that title, that adds
oh,
prestige.
don't say that.
I
don't
I I mean,
don't say
uh,
that. don't.
you
No.
call it as you will, but I mean, look what she's done. She was one of the
You,
first
you
women
say you
to
say we say one of the greatest women of all time.
one of the greatest women wrestlers. She main evented WrestleMania.
Okay, because prior to 2019, Vince didn't believe in that.
That's
So,
well, I mean,
but I
did
will.
they
Okay,
in 2016 they had the Evolution pay-per-view, which was strictly all women. But to main event a WrestleMania and she walked out with both titles. I mean, she started a revolution when she came out as the man. Do I like Becky? No, but she's adding the prestige to that women's IC title, which is fairly new.
okay, well, oh boy, you one of the greatest. I can name at least five at the top of my head. It's better than Becky, like right now. Charlotte, Trish, can't go wrong with Trish. Mickey James. I will go with Bull Nakano. I'll go with Alundra Blaze. Um, I'll go with the Fabulous Moolah. I also go with Mae Young.
Okay, I got a
Who else am
question
I
for
gonna
you,
go with?
Nick.
Oh,
Nick,
Beth Phoenix as well.
and how
Gail Kim,
and
TNA.
how many of those main evented at WrestleMania?
Again, that was
The biggest
okay. Okay,
pay-per-view
you ready for
in
this?
wrestling.
You ready for this? This is like when you tell me Matt Cardona is a two-time Independent Wrestler of the Year. Guess what? That wasn't even a thing before 2021. So the
No, no,
relevancy
no,
of
no,
that
no,
is
no, no,
out.
no.
The
Wait, wait.
relevancy of that is
It
out.
was 2019 is when
Okay.
she main evented.
Okay. But
So
okay,
since then,
before 20
how many has main evented?
time out.
No, no, no.
Right?
It's
You're
a simple
saying
question.
you're saying that 2019 should made it. Yes, we were there. We were there in the crowd.
Yep,
But before then, if you look at 2019, 20 years ago, all right, women weren't used anything other than lingerie matches and puppies. All right,
I
exactly.
it's the evolution of women's wrestling. But Mickey James, Trish Stratus, Lita, Alundra Blaze, they didn't have the chances that the women do now. So you can't disapprove. You can't
But
disprove anything that they've done in the
no,
past because they haven't. Vince didn't believe in that back then.
but why was that?
Do you want me to give you my true opinion on air right now?
I can tell you why. You want me to? Do you want me to tell you why? They wasn't a draw.
uh,
They
we can
wasn't
go
a
with
draw.
that. I'm not getting us canceled, so
Yeah,
we'll go with that.
they wasn't a draw. They didn't bring in the money.
Whoa, well, Trish Stratus, my boy. Trish
Okay,
Stratus. She was
Trish Strat Trish Stratus was very good looking in the eyes. I mean, like
stop thinking like
the
Vince in ring work.
women you're saying were very easy on the eyes, okay? But where was the money value?
Did you not see her match with was it? I think it was Mickey James in Toronto, or was it Lita
Where
in Toronto?
where was the money value though?
Women back then weren't used the way they were. Are they now?
They had merch.
Was that advertised as much? Okay, okay. At that time,
They
Trish Stratus was that advertised as much as a Brock Lesnar or as a Rock Goldberg? Was that advertised as much? Was that
Okay,
were
here
they
we go.
advertised other than Playboy?
No, I'm gonna say
Even
no.
John knows what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna agree with you in that one there. But if you think about it, right? Danhausen just came out in February. He is the number one merch seller on WWE.
You're talking two different eras, though. Two
Well, it's the
different
same thing.
eras.
The guy hasn't really had a wrestling match. Same thing as frickin' the woman you're talking about. He's not when how many wrestling matches has Danhausen had?
I don't. I haven't followed Danhausen's career.
No, no, in the WWE. In the WWE, how
One or
many wrestling
two.
matches?
Yeah, like
Okay,
one or two.
you're exactly correct. And he is the number one merch seller.
Well, that also has to help with social media and the fact that his following. If you remember before WWE, he would do the figure toy hunts with Cardona and Myers and
Well,
Ethan
yeah.
Page.
Well, because
So you have
Cardona's
to
a
have
big
a
draw.
shut the fuck up. But you would have a following. You would have a following with him,
Do you
and
think
then
Danhausen 20 years ago would still be
no,
a good draw, like as
no,
he is right now?
absolutely not.
I think so.
Really? Have you ever heard of Doink the Clown?
Have you heard of
Okay.
Papa Shango?
Papa Shango?
Okay.
Gold Dust?
So,
Like, what are you
so
talking about? Uh,
here we go. Okay.
Rico?
So Danhausen was known on the indie scenes. If you gone to any freaking convention where Danhausen was at, his line was freaking as big as the biggest draws there were.
Okay, time out real quick. Remember a couple weeks ago, me and you were on the podcast. We were talking about relevancy. We
Hmm.
were talking about the next this and next. When I think of Danhausen, look at him 20 years ago, right? There's people called Doink the Clown, Dink the Clown, people Papa Shango, Gold Dust, Rico.
Okay.
We had a guy about 15 years ago. His name Santino Morella with the Cobra. Also, a guy named Mick Foley. All right, the only difference between Mankind and Danhausen is Mankind was Dude Love, Cactus Jack, and Mick Foley, and he would put his body through the line. But the comedy sketch with Mankind with Mr. Sacco, infamous when Vince was in the hospital, right? We remember that. But Mankind was everything. Mick Foley was the draw. All right.
You know what?
Danhausen fit back then. It wouldn't be that. It'd be the next when Gold Dust came out in the WWF during the Attitude Era with Raw, dressing up as a gimp, and it is just dressing up in just different things to be relevant. But in the end, I love Gold Dust.
Okay.
He was
Ready?
never a main eventer.
Are you ready? Our
Yes.
Truth. Our Truth's a comedy gimmick that's been going on now for 15 years.
Yeah.
When did his comedy gimmick start?
Exactly. Oh,
When
oh.
was it, like 2010? I want to say he came out with Little Jimmy.
No, it was 2012, I think.
2012. Okay. So you're talking 14 years.
Uh huh.
He's
But
been doing this.
we're talking 2012, which was
The very
TVPG.
the very depressing era of the WWE.
That is very true.
Like
That was horrible.
it was very depressing, and at
Yeah,
that
it was.
time, like it was a very depressing time for WWE. It was a very depressing time for TNA. The only good thing was 2 years later was Lucha Underground.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
turned off a lot of wrestling
yeah.
fans.
That was like the black hole of wrestling during that PG era.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Uh,
you can't compare that because that was a horrible time in professional wrestling. I mean, the only good thing was you had the start of the Bullet Club in New Japan a year later in 2013.
that oh god, I love that. But
John,
okay,
thank you for backing me up and like talking a little bit of sense.
let's get back to the Becky Soul Ruka one
Okay,
here.
Jesus,
Okay,
yes.
so Soul Ruka's had a couple mishaps in the ring. She hasn't landed her soul snatcher, which to me is probably one of the most exciting finishing moves I've seen in the past decade and a half. Um, the match at Backlash was
Backlash.
thrown.
Backlash.
Backlash was was thrown out. Um, and I see Soul taking this one.
What?
I see Soul Ruka taking this one.
Oh, is it legal to drug test your like employees for a podcast?
Uh, I don't know who an employee is, but
You, because I clearly you're on something. If you think Soul is gonna take the IC title from fucking
I
Becky,
I just have this feeling that Soul's gonna. I mean, she won the match against Becky at Backlash.
backlash,
Backlash.
Backlash.
and backlash.
So she does have a win against Becky Lynch. And if
Okay.
you want some shock and awe, put the strap on her.
Santino Morella had a win over Umaga. Does that mean any
Wasn't
relevancy?
wasn't that in Italy too?
That was for the IC title.
Wasn't
And,
that in Italy too?
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was in Milan.
Wasn't
Oh,
there someone who won a title literally when they debuted or like shortly after?
That was Santino.
Santino.
He
No,
was
no, no,
plucked
no,
from
no,
the
no,
crowd
before,
He
no,
won
no,
the
before Santino.
before Santino. Ooh,
what?
What was it? Was it Mr. Kennedy? No, Carlito. I think was it Carlito?
Where they won their debut?
Where they
where they
won
won
where
the,
they won
the
the
title.
title in their
So
debut.
it was
Oh,
Santino, and
no,
then
wait, no, wait. Didn't Paige win it? Didn't
No,
Paige
no,
win?
no. I'm talking about like 2000, like early 2000s.
Oh,
Carlito for the Intercontinental, right?
No, I think it was the U.S.
Or
title.
was
No?
U.S. against Cena?
Yeah. See, there you go.
yep.
So you can compare that to a Sol Ruka versus Becky, but to me, in my opinion, like, okay, it's cool to see Sol Ruka getting the spotlight so fast after getting called up from NXT. You know, she
Very
was born in
fast.
'99. She's literally my age,
Oh my
and you know,
god. I'm a
Yeah, you're a fucking
Jesus
dinosaur, dude. You're a dinosaur.
right there.
All right.
but
How do-
let's be real here. So in my opinion, I think this match is just a filler to keep Becky busy at the moment.
Amen. Amen. As much as I
Okay.
hate, I wouldn't say I hate Becky, but I'm annoyed with Becky and everything else. This is a filler because if you look, Becky's not dropping that title to somebody like Sol Ruka. As much as I'm a big fan of Sol Ruka, I am. I'm a big fan of Sol. I'm a big fan of her work. But
Oh, I know
she
you
she,
are,
she
pervert.
needs. What are you talking about, Vince? What are you talking about, Vince? Huh? Huh?
But
God, I was having a good conversation about Trish, and they go, oh, yeah, look at all the eye candy. What are you talking about, Vince? Huh? Huh? Jesus, you sound like Vince Russo too. Jesus.
so
But
so I have a question then.
let me finish. Let me finish. Ay,
Well,
ay,
I'm old. I'm
ay.
gonna lose my thought.
All right. Okay. As much as I'm a big fan of Soul's in ring work, she needs seasoning, right? She needs seasoning. She needs more reps, and I think it's the fact that even Ken's talked about this. You know, they're not and demo. Thank you, demo, for being on. Love to have you again. But they're not doing the in ring the
The
house
house
shows
shows. Yeah.
like they did before, which is why we're seeing a lot more slip ups and a lot more miscues during PLEs and live television shows such as NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. So with somebody like Soul who came up from NXT and went in through the system of NXT and development, and now to the main roster where again you're not getting the reps, she's got to be more seasoned. She's got to be. I'm saying she won't hold a title for at least another 6 months. Maybe we'll see it 2027.
Okay, but my question is this now, okay? So you bring Sol Ruka up, right? She has a banger of a match against Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
All right. Then she transitions right to Becky Lynch. All
Mhm.
right. where's the payoff at? Does
Soul's
she get
turning heel.
does she get just out of the blue?
Yeah. And
I,
this is that. Here are my thoughts and opinions on this. All right, that match with Liv. Did we hear anything after that?
no, because she went right into the transition to Becky.
Okay. What is the one thing that the Judgment Day is lacking right now?
Finn Balor.
Obviously, but okay. The one thing that so when you have somebody like Roxanne and Raquel,
Yeah.
do you see that they're pushing out more men now? So Judgment Day is going to be turning into an all women faction.
Well, it pretty much is now with Dirty Dom and JD.
All right, now listen. All right, Soul's going to be turning heel. You'll wait and see, but she's going to be joining the Judgment Day. JD is going to get kicked out, and then it's just going to be Dom with all the women because that's what Dom is. He's Dirty Dom. Now you're going to see a faction, an entire faction surrounded by Dom.
I no. I think you're
Only
wrong on
except
that one
Dom's gonna
there.
be the bitch.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I was,
I don't see that happening at all. I think you're I
you
think you
know,
should get drug tested.
people said they couldn't see that happening either when I said Brock was returning, but yeah, I guess it was right on that. Me. So
Well,
believe,
Listen,
well,
don't
listen,
believe. It's all right.
listen.
going back
Even
to
this
the no, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say even the sun shines on a dog's ass every so often.
Well, going back to
Stolen
Becky and
Becky?
Ruka. If you saw what Becky posted on Twitter, Sol Ruka is not medically cleared. Um, I think she banged up her leg during the Soul Snatcher,
Yeah, when
Saturday
she
Night
when
Main
she
Event.
botched it. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So if that match
I saw
doesn't
that she's still traveling to Italy, but my prediction is that Becky's going to target that injured leg, and that's pretty much what's going to uh, make Becky win. She's gonna target that injured leg, and then she's going to just basically just dismantle Sol Ruka. Just like Oba, I think Sol Ruka is still a rookie.
or she is. I mean,
She's still green, very green.
out of all the call-ups that have happened from NXT to WWE, there's only actually two grizzled vets on there, and that's Ricky Saints and Ethan Page.
I mean, she's athletic as hell, but I just don't think she's ready for like that level yet. You know?
Okay, so here we
Six
go.
months. 6 months.
So she gets with that injury there, whether that be you know truth or whatever the case may be, that's going to put her on the quote unquote injury shelf. Does that mean she's going back to training back into NXT then? Does that
Well,
mean
is is she actually injured, or is she just injured for Becky to take advantage of storyline wise?
that's what I'm saying? Is it a straight work? I mean,
Yeah, it's a work. You kidding me?
like I said, like she's had a couple mishaps on live television there. So, but the thing about it is when you get called up, right? You have a mistake that happens, and if that gets planted in your head, then you're pretty much done for. You're always going to be
Yeah,
thinking about that. Um,
yeah.
so that's the only reason why I'm saying, you want to. I'm not saying give her a straight push, but have her win the title, and then in the following week or so, 2 weeks, drop it back off again, whatever the case may be. But you want to get that confidence level back up.
I mean, yes and no. I don't see Soul with the company much. I mean, there's two ways you can plan this out. One, her be part of a faction, aka the Judgment Day, or she's gone within the calendar year. And hear me out. The reason being is because look at everybody they're releasing. Look at the lack of creativeness, I would say, within the writers. So, and look at what's been happening since January of 2026. So she's either got to be part of a faction or she's gonna get released. I mean, it's
Do you
one of
see her
two ways.
by the end of 2027 in AEW?
I
I
mean,
would,
if she does get released,
yeah,
I don't think she'd be more for AEW. I think she'd be more for TNA.
no, no, you kidding me?
Well, you got to think about it. They already have that relationship, and a lot of that released talent has floundered over to TNA.
I would like to see her with AEW. She's so athletic in so many different ways
Oh,
that
she
Mhm.
is.
it fits that AEW style.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but the thing with
Just say I'm
AEW
right.
right now is
Just
that
say I'm right.
I can't do that because they have so much talent right now. I mean, you think about it for a second, right? One of their biggest stars hasn't had a match since 2024, and she's not injured. She's just sitting back collecting a check.
Who the hell wouldn't want to just do that? Kevin Nash, Sting, WCW. That's why Goldberg.
Is Ric Flair still in AEW?
Yes.
Yeah, Ric
Yeah.
Flair wants a match. Ric Flair wants another match.
Well,
I
he
haven't seen
died.
from
He
him.
died in his last one.
Maybe he wants to renew a match. I don't know, but he's been posting that he wants another match, and like,
Well,
God help that man. But,
he didn't say it was his last match. The company said it was his last.
Well, well,
his
well, well,
doctors said it was his last match.
well, I mean, technically speaking, he did die during that match, and if it wasn't for Andrade, we might not have the Nature Boy no more.
His life insurance company said that was his last fucking match. All
Yeah,
right, he's
yeah.
like, all right, Rick, this is your last match. No, no, Rick, everybody, this is his last fucking match.
We will cancel your policy.
Yeah, no,
That man,
Um,
listen,
I was just making fun of Brock Lesnar.
so,
But yeah,
so
so I think Becky cheats. She pulls the manhandle slam, and then wins, and then we
yep.
just
okay,
move on to the real matches.
Honestly, yeah,
okay.
yeah. Let's move on to the real matches. So,
The opening match.
time out. Stop. I'm gonna go. I'm talking about from like we started with Owen Brock because that's big match. But
That's the biggest match on the card.
all right, I want to talk real quick with Rhea against Jade, just so I can get my rant out real quick
Well,
before anything, and I want to
well,
just
that's that's one of the free matches too.
Jade.
Is Rhea and
It
Jade.
should be. It should be. It's fucking Jade.
That's
All
the
right,
second
it
match on
should
the
be
card.
free. They should actually pay you to watch that fucking match. All right, Jade is okay. Jade Rhea the women's title. Okay, fucking Jade. Let me tell you something right now. She is horrible, horrible wrestler. All right, she has zero charisma. Her in-ring ability is as much as a fucking quadriplegic, zero to none.
It's
All
about as good
right,
as yours.
but the only difference between her and a quadriplegic is the quadriplegic person has a little hope that they can get better. Jade, nothing. Fucking nothing. All right? Jade lacks in so much of everything. The only thing she's got is muscle. The only thing she
Well, hold on,
has
hold
is
on.
her look.
One question: what's your prediction for that match?
Rhea's taking the title.
Okay, so are you? Is there an actual reason why that you think Rhea's gonna win, or are you just saying Rhea because you hate Jade?
I hate Jade. But Rhea, okay, Rhea is that type of person where she needs a title around her, right? And this last, I'm gonna go. I don't want to go on rants, but this last storyline that Rhea was in was involved with her, Io, Asuka, and Kari. And you know what the fuck happened? The guys of TKO were like, "Yeah, we're done. We're gonna mid storyline get rid of Kari," which fucked up everything, which led to just Io versus Asuka, which was as
That was a
much
banger match.
as much it was a banger match, but it fucked up the entire storyline right then and there. It fucked it up. And then you had Rhea with Charlotte and Alexa. What the fuck? I why? There was zero reason why that should be going on. And now you had Jade versus Rhea at Mania. That's the only reason that match was saved was because of Rhea. Now you got to go it again. Why? There's zero reason for Jay to be involved in any sort of title match, any sort of mid card match. The only match I think should be a part of is LFG, and that's for the tryout match because maybe she needs a little more pep in the step, but she doesn't have promo skills. She lacked Gene Snitsky. Gene, I love you, but Gene Snitsky had more promo skills than fucking Jade Cargill. All
It
right,
wasn't his fault.
Jade is just Jade is
Oh, he
just
got that one.
there. Jade is just there. She's a look. She's got this Adonis figure, but has fucking mini Batista in ring ability. Like it baffles me. It baffles me.
So you're
For
really gonna hate
people
this
for
when I
people who
tell you.
say Jade is she needs Mark Henry. She needs a little more seasoning. She just needs this. No, Mark, I love you. You're a legend. You're a Hall of Famer. But please open your eyes and look what's in front. I'm done.
I'm going with Jade.
Fuck you. All right, go fuck yourself for that.
All
All
right,
right.
and
Of course, you want to do this. Of course.
and it's not for the fact that I think Jade is more talented than Rhea.
More talented.
I know I said it's not for the fact that she's more
Oh,
talented than
okay.
Rhea, but for some reason TKO is pushing her heavily. She's got the faction now.
Tony Khan, TKO. It makes sense. I mean, they're both dick riders,
But I could see Jade winning this. And you know what? The fucked up thing about it is it might not even be Michin or BFAB. It could be Charlotte because Charlotte doesn't like Rhea at
those
all.
fucking people, Michin and Beef.
You know what I'm
release
saying?
fucking Motor City Machine Guns, but you don't release them two fuckers.
But
You release Kari, but you don't release Michin and BFAB.
but that's what I'm saying though. You know, like I can see Jade getting the strap, Rhea taking some time off. You know, she can take some time off now that she
Now
sold her
she
iPhone case
excuse
for
me,
$6,000.
she did just get married,
Yeah.
so in a way, I can see Rhea losing the title, but it's it's definitely
You're going
not
back on
gonna,
your word now.
But listen. In a way, I can see that happening. There's like a 1% chance of that happening, but it most definitely wouldn't be on Jade's own accord
Oh
because
no,
she
no,
fucking
no,
sucks.
absolutely not.
Sucks.
Absolutely not.
All
Absolutely
right.
not.
I don't
But
understand
but
how
think about
AEW made her undefeated for fucking years. All right.
but now think about this though, right? Just like we were talking about before with the Brock and Oba, right? Jade beats Rhea. Rhea takes some time off. You know, maybe start snuggling with Buddy Murphy and stuff like that.
It should have been me.
Comes back for SummerSlam. That's that's your second biggest pay-per-view in WWE.
And then retires Jade, makes her quit professional wrestling, and has her
No,
be a
not
fucking
not going to
waitress.
retire her, but you know, but I can
John,
see
what do you
that.
think? John, what's your opinion?
Like this, it's not. I'm not specifically targeting this match specifically, but I just honestly don't see this pay-per-view as a pay-per-view where a champion is going to lose a title. You know, like I just don't see it. I don't see Clash in Italy being in the same caliber as like the big four. You know, I just can't.
Italians, John?
What was that?
So what do you got against Italians, huh?
No, I just like oh man, what's that? Great Balls of Fire. You like do you see anybody losing a title in Great Balls of Fire? Do you see anybody losing a title in Bragging Rights? You know, I kind of see that. And you know, like I understand like where WWE is going with all these international shows and everything, but it's just an international show. Like it's just the only difference is that it's going to be in a different country, but it's not one of the big four. So I just
like
you know
this.
I don't see any belts changing in this match. we haven't gone to Roman versus Jacob yet, but I don't see a title changing in that match either. You know,
Yeah,
so
man.
But what is that? But,
I just don't see it. You know.
okay, so he's talking about Roman and Jacob, right? Now I know you've been a big Jacob fan for a long time. You watched him grow up through and whatnot there through the Indies.
All gas, no
Okay,
brakes.
so but listen, check it out, right? So he lost at Backlash, never acknowledged Roman, right? If he loses again, does that take the steam off of Jacob?
I don't think so.
It's like with Oba and Brock. It's
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like
but it's two
for Oba,
consecutive
it's Brock.
losses though.
For
Brock
Jacob,
lost to
it's Roman.
Roman. Brock lost to Roman. Cody lost to Roman. Did they lose any aura? Did Brock Lesnar lose any aura losing to Roman?
Okay, but here's the difference: Brock Lesnar, Jacob Fatu.
Wait,
No.
what?
That's the difference. You know, I mean,
It's Roman. Roman is an established Hall of Famer, arguably one of the greatest world champions professional wrestling's ever had. All right,
oh,
he
I mean,
literally made an entire era of wrestling when he
oh, he
became
did.
world champ.
He did.
So,
I mean,
so Jacob losing to Roman twice, it's not like it's not a big deal. It's Roman. Shawn
now,
Michaels lost to Taker twice, WrestleMania.
consecutively. Okay, now I will say this: is Jacob set up to lose? Absolutely. That promo he cut, he's like, whether I win or lose, I still get a paycheck. But if you go before that, when his promos was coming for Backlash, he
His
said he
kids need to eat.
needs it.
He
He
needs it.
needs this for his family. And
But
now he's going back on that.
this also is a tribal combat.
Yes, it is.
I'm still banging for my boy Zilla to show up.
There's rumors.
You think Zilla's gonna show up in Italy?
I mean, think about the
Who would
shock and
show
awe,
up? Who would show up at tribal combat? I mean, obviously the
I
Usos
think who's gonna show up is Solo Sikoa.
and helping Roman or Jacob.
I didn't get that far.
though. Well, I mean, there
But
is a tie in there too.
I just have a feeling that because it's tribal combat, I feel like Solo Sikoa's part of the bloodline is going to have some part in it.
Well, I mean, Solo did bring in Jacob, but no one else brought him in. It was Solo that brought him in.
Yeah.
Damn, you just put a freaking thanks a lot, Dick. Now you got me thinking all over again. Now I didn't even think about Solo being involved in this. I'm sitting here thinking about Zilla. I'm thinking about the Usos, but I didn't think about Solo at all.
Well, this is going to be kind of unrelated because I kind of know that this isn't going to happen. But what if they released Jeff Cobb? I'm going to say Jeff Cobb from now on because he's not in WWE anymore. Fuck JC Mateo.
Fuck JC Mateo.
I'm gonna say that what if they release Jeff Cobb and Tongaloa just to fuck with us, and they were not actually released, and they're gonna be coming to interfere in Italy. I know that's not gonna happen. I'm just doing some fantasy booking here, but
Yeah, because fuck, Jeff Cobb needed more in the WWE.
Dude, have you seen finisher, bro? His finisher's crazy.
The Tour of the Islands, yeah. Oh, I followed Jeff Cobb's career in New Japan and PWG. Like I followed Jeff Cobb's career.
I remember when I was working night shifts in security, and I would be up in like San Francisco, Oakland, and I would be in my car, and I'd be watching Wrestle Kingdom at like 2 a.m. Yeah. And then I'd be watching Jeff Cobb on my phone in my car back in like 18 or so. Yeah. Like I go way back with Jeff Cobb. He's one of the greatest of all time in my eyes. And
he was so
underrated.
He was underutilized in WWE. When I saw that he finally went to WWE, I was like, what the fuck, JC Mateo? But then
that's exactly what we said too.
Unrelated but related. This is how I feel about Mason Rook. Will
And they
Cruz.
used
I followed
Nathan
Will Cruz.
Ryan's theme song.
I followed Will Cruz's career in progressive wrestling. All right, like I literally like I followed him. This dude is fucking badass. Pro Wrestling Noah. Look up his matches. When he showed up to NXT, I said, thank you, and then immediately Will Cruz Mason Rook. I said, who the fuck is Mason Rook? Literally, it's Will Cruz. Will Cruz. He's big. He's bad. He'll body slam you dead. Will Cruz. Will. Who the fuck
Did you
is
hear his
Mason
promo
Rook?
when he his promo the week after he debuted? He said Mason Rook in every single sentence. Like who?
And then the crowd was chanting Will Cruz. And then
Yeah,
just like with fucking with Evil Naruku. Get the
I
fuck out of here.
I can't even pronounce his name, to be honest with you. I just leave it be.
It's Naruku, but it's really evil. All right.
Yeah, it's evil. It's
Anybody
evil.
who knows New
Evil.
Japan, it's evil. Anybody who's followed New Japan or followed his historic career, it's evil. Like
See-
WWE, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, well, TKO. Please don't associate WWE with it. It's TKO. You know, that's one thing that I find it's odd is that they've already have established names. People know who
Okay,
they
Joe
are.
Gacy. Joe Gacy, we know him. Like we've seen him grow. We've seen him grow as a professional wrestler in Binghamton for Excite Wrestling. He's a Binghamton boy, hometown boy. He was Joe Gacy in CZW, Joe Gacy in Excite. Joe Gacy in the WWE. What happens now? They own his name. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, knows. Yep.
All right. So
So
what the hell are we talking about? Yeah, Rhea's
we
winning
were
the
on the
title.
Reigns and Jacob.
Oh my God. John, you get to
John
witness the rants firsthand. Oh.
John's going with Roman on it.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah. So
I'm going
with.
Roman too.
I'm going with Roman.
I
I'm
Like,
going Roman too.
I'll be completely transparent with you guys, and so my heart is 100% riding with the Samoan Werewolf. Obviously, he's from Sacramento. I'm from San Jose. Sacramento is just 2 hours away from me, and I was watching this guy literally tear up the independent scene out over here in Northern California. Since even before I started watching him, I started going into indie shows in 2017. I think he started wrestling, I think, to 2010 or 2012 or something like that.
2012.
And so basically, I've seen what he's capable of since day one, and I want nothing more than to see him take everything from Roman. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't see it happening.
Roman's
And
not losing the
you know,
title to
I
Clash
at least right
Naomi.
now, I don't see it happening right now. And
Now,
at the end of the day, we have to look at this realistically. My actual prediction here is going to be Roman Reigns.
yeah.
And I know that people are looking at what happened at Backlash, where Jacob absolutely destroyed Roman after the match and, you know, hit him with the tongue and death grip, and then the refs had to drag him out. And, you know, they think Jacob has his number. So I think that, okay, let me take a couple steps back. Roman Reigns didn't carry the entire company on his back for 4 years just to drop the World Heavyweight Championship this early when he just got the belt. You know,
it's a little over a month.
That's exactly.
just like Brock. You know, just like Brock, you're not going to have someone like Oba just completely destroy what we had in our minds as the myth of this beast. Same thing with Roman. They need to remind us, just in case we've forgotten, why these guys are these guys. And you know, the original tribal chief is all about, you know, the long run. It's all about the long game. It's not about the right now. It's about the future. And his goal was to always put food on the table.
Yeah.
And
You're right, dude. Because like again, you look at it realistically. Somebody like Roman is not going to lose his title at a PLE like Clash in Italy.
yeah, like you know what I mean. I don't see Roman Reigns losing the title in Clash.
It's got to be either like SummerSlam, Rumble, WrestleMania, something like
I don't
that.
even I don't even see it happening in the Royal Rumble. If anything, they're gonna have to build Jake. Like I love Jacob, and but they're gonna have to build him up for so long just for, just for it to happen at maybe Survivor Series, maybe SummerSlam.
Uh,
But
uh,
if they build him up right, I can see if they're going to make this extended for as long as like how they did it with Gargano and Ciampa, like that long. I
yeah.
can
Yeah.
see I can see Jacob Fatu taking it from Roman maybe at WrestleMania or something.
Well, I
But
mean,
I
that's
just
that's
don't see it
another
happening this
question.
early.
That's another question. Is Roman's reign as champ was 4.5 years, something like that?
Yeah.
1,337 days
How long
or
do we
36
think?
days.
How long do we think Roman's going to hold this one for? That's
And
another question.
nowhere
13.
near that long. Nowhere near
13. Wait,
that
how
long.
long was it? 1,342 days.
1336, I believe it was.
1335.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's another question,
1335, and then
though.
Jacob Fatu finally takes it from him.
Yeah, but that's seriously. It's another question. It's like, how long do we see the tribal chief win or hold the title for? Because it's so. It's it's just it's impossible. It's not impossible, but it's so unlikely to see Roman hold it for as long as he did. But then
I
again, Roman's not the type of guy to lose it after a month, after two
yeah.
months. I can't even
I,
see him lose it after 6.
I'll tell you one thing though, because this is a tribal combat match, right? Have you seen Jacob Fatu's GCW matches?
Yeah, yeah.
Almost every single match, he takes it outside right away. He takes it outside, and then he tells everybody move out of the way, and then he uses every single fucking steel chair there that the fans were sitting on, and then he just throws the
But
person that he's fighting onto the chair and all this stuff. I want to see that. Not,
Shout out to shout out to
not
GC
getting
Dub.
thrown into the crowd and all that, but I want to see absolute mayhem. I want to see absolute like war. I
Yeah,
want to see all these weapons. I want to see all this havoc going on, and I do want to see the bloodline trying to get in and interfere in some type of way.
so
shout
I
out to
have a
GC Dub,
question.
by the way. Don, I know you're not here today, but
Yeah.
hope it's going well. Next week, baby, Atlantic City, GC Dub. Brett, love to have you on.
Okay, so check this
And
out.
fuck you guys for not coming back to San Francisco. You only been there once.
Whoa, Brett, no,
Oh,
we don't listen to that. You know, listen,
Nah,
we're
I'm just
GCW
playing.
affiliated now, all right? We're GCW affiliated.
so
I'm just playing. I go to almost every single one of their LA shows in the
so my
Ukraine.
question my question is this now, right? Do you think there's going to be an appearance of the
Not The
Tonga kid
Rock.
there,
Not The Rock.
Haku,
No.
Rikishi?
No.
Do you think
Not
any of the
Rikishi.
L?
Soon.
Do you think
Rikishi?
I
do you
don't.
think
I don't.
any
Rikishi?
of
I don't see Rikishi getting in on this anytime soon. I think he's just trying to make money off of it, just because he's you know like
First of
blood.
all,
well,
Rikishi.
so you don't think you're going to see an elder there?
No. No. No.
If we're going to see an elder, I know 100% it's not going to be Rikishi, and I could put money on it.
I'll put money on that. It's not going to be Rikishi. It's not going to be Haku. Haku is the only no. It's not going to be Tonga Kid. There's no elders that are going to be there.
Okay, I was just asking.
And
That was it.
if somebody thinks Dwayne the Cock Johnson is going to show up, go fuck yourself.
You better watch out.
Go take a trip down to Know Your Old Boulevard. Check yourself into the SmackDown Hotel and go fuck yourself.
Oh, you keep on talking like that, Dwayne might pop up behind you and freaking squeeze your pimple ass head off.
Listen, oh my god, the things. I
So
would
we're all
want one on
agreeing.
one. Dwayne, me and you, 1-on-1. No fucking police, no nothing, all right? One on
Oh my
one.
god.
Let's go.
Oh my god. It'd be like trying to bench press the world, trying to grab a hold of you. Um, so we're all agreeing that Roman's gonna take this one here.
As painful as it is, yes. But
Yes.
I'm in agreement with John. It's a tribal combat. There's got to be chaos. I'm talking
Oh,
Brock, Roman, SummerSlam. Bring out the fucking tractor. Move the fucking ring. I need to see destruction.
well,
I need to see. I want to see blood. How long has it been since we've seen blood?
well, this is gonna be the main event, so technically speaking, anything could happen because after this, you ain't got to put the ring back together.
I need to see blood. I need to see color. We haven't seen color in a while. I need to see color.
Red is green.
All right.
So then we have the opening match
Oh,
of
but
Clash of the.
Gunther versus Cody for the WWE title.
So I have a question. Is it Gunther? Is it Gunther? Is it Gunta? Like, how do we pronounce his name?
I think
Walter.
for American it's Gunther, but in literal it's Gunther.
No, we call it Walter.
Yep.
Walter Hahn, motherfuckers.
Listen, I mean, Gunther, Walter. I mean, Walter's career is just as violent as Gunther's career. You know,
see, so there was a stat that came out with Gunther there where he has held a championship. It was something like 90% of his time in a WWE affiliated promotions.
yeah. I mean, look at him as a UK champion,
He held it forever.
and
Look at him
then
at NXT.
NXT, the IC title, the World Heavyweight title. I mean, the guy's done it all in the business, and he's not even. He's definitely old school, and he's even said himself in interviews that he watched a lot of All Japan Pro Wrestling
So
in
it's
New
so
Japan. So like you look at the style he wrestles, he pays homage to the Japanese style of wrestling and
oh yeah,
that
he's
old
definitely
school like
strong
fucking
style.
Nick Winkerbuckle or fucking just that old Bruno San Martino, that Lou Thez era. He could wrestle in any era he wanted to, except for the Attitude Era.
I think he could do an attitude era. I don't think he'd do good in
Nah.
PG era. Um so riddle me this. Saturday is AAA, right?
Yeah.
You have the El Grandes going against each other for mask versus masks, right?
I'm waiting for that one.
Okay. Now we haven't seen Ludwig Kaiser
No,
in
because
some
Gunther
time.
just bailed him out. He just
But
bailed him out of jail.
no, but we haven't seen Ludwig in almost a year, maybe.
Oh
I
my
I
God.
think I know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
See, this is why we're good, brother. Let's say the El Grande gets unmasked, and it just happens to be Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah.
All right, like Clash of Italy. What if Ludwig comes back and helps Gunther out?
I knew it.
Oh shit.
What if Giovanni Vinci? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, they do have a partnership with TNA.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay.
but if he
I would
doesn't, he's
as
probably
mu-
going to come back as Fabian Eichner just because he's with TNA at the
TNA,
moment.
yep.
as much as
Yeah.
I would love to see Imperium back, which Imperium was fucking phenomenal. But
I love it.
you make a solid point with the El Grande Americanos.
I'm just saying.
That would be something. The crowd would go hot with Ludwig Kaiser back.
Yeah, because we haven't seen him in over a year. We have
Well,
no idea what the fuck he's been doing.
We know what he's been doing.
But
Gunther
what
just
does that
bailed him out of jail.
what does that do to the match storyline?
Okay, so storyline wise, here we go. What have we the fans have been waiting for Cody? We've been
To turn
waiting for
heel.
Cody to turn heel. Cody's been fucked every which way. He's been a prison bitch since he got back to the WWE.
Well-
All you needed was a little honey bun and a little Kool-Aid on those lips, and he would have been a fucking prison bitch.
Now,
All right.
now, in all reality, though, for the past year, Cody has been having some heelish natures in his matches. Last year, Saturday Night Main Event, him and Kevin Owens,
Last year,
him and Kevin Owens
2
at
years ago.
Royal Rumble.
There we go. Talk about the past again. Let's talk about the future.
That's what I'm saying, but he's been showing tendencies.
You want to talk
turning the
about
heel.
okay? What I think of a heel Cody. You want to talk about the past? I
ROH,
think of Ring of Honor Cody. I
ROH,
think of
New
New
Japan.
Japan Cody.
Oof,
I
God.
think of that dark haired motherfucker looks
Mhm.
I want to see that. And what have we been asking for since, I don't know, year 2 back in the WWE? A heel Cody. What has Cody not been? A heel. He's just been a straight up baby face back bitch. All right. This
But
is
he
what we
has been,
see.
but he has been showing heel tendencies as of late.
I've been showing my abs since like the 3rd grade. Guess what? You still don't see them, but I talk about them.
Uh,
All right.
you
Listen.
haven't had abs since you're like, I don't. You never had abs.
So what I see from Cody, it doesn't matter if he's shown heel tendencies a year ago, 2 years ago. Nobody thinks of that. All right.
Well,
Nobody pays attention to that.
even this
This
past year at
this
WrestleMania.
look at what's been happening. Cody
Yeah.
has been just getting brutalized, which way or another. All right. This is
Mhm.
where I use the term prison bitch. All right. Who wants a piece? Everybody wants a piece. Every time Cody gets a title around him, his friends always turn. Cody doesn't have friends in the business. So what
Matt
happens?
Cardona.
Shut no. Fuck Cardona. All right.
I would.
I know you would. Fucking mid Cardona. That's right. The mid Cardonas of the
Hey, when
world.
he wins big.
Wins what? Wins what? Main event? Wins what?
You're
The
out of my
dark match
fucking
of
will,
main.
cocksucker.
Hey, if it involves him, okay, so be it. That's fine with me. That's fine. Remember, NSC. Remember that, yeah. That also doesn't stand for nonstop chaos. That's my initials too. All right, yeah. But listen, Ludwig Kaiser.
No sucking
So
cock.
you're
Your
right.
initials. No
Yeah,
sucking cock.
you're right. Yeah, because I don't suck cock. So yeah, you're
No, I'm
right.
telling you, no sucking cock.
Thank you for clarifying. Thank you for clarifying.
But
But Ludwig Kaiser shows up, helps Gunther. All right,
mhm.
they're gonna brutalize Cody. All right.
Yep.
So
After,
you guys think this is gonna lead to a heel turn from Cody?
yes,
I
yes. If I don't get interrupted by Chris over here, all right, I can finish what I'm saying. Ludwig Kaiser shows up. Oh
blah.
my God, I'm gonna mute you. Hold up, I'm gonna mute you. You're now muted. All right. So Ludwig Kaiser shows up to the match. All right, brutalizes Cody with Gunther. Cody is straight up fucking just desperate. Next thing you
Mhm.
know, Cody gets a little bit furious, grabs a fucking chair, brutalizes Ludwig. Gunther
Mhm.
goes up. Cody sees Gunther and just you see the rage coming out. Next week on Raw, Cody, fuck this, fuck that, whatever. Just starts demoralizing the fan base, demoralizing the talent in the back. You guys want to see a heel, so be it. Now you can.
I feel like it's a little too
Beforehand.
much to call right now.
But like this is a regular one-on-one match. So if by chance Cody grabs the chairs and starts beating on Ludwig, they're gonna throw the match out. So Cody's still gonna retain the title.
Okay.
All right.
So Cody Gunther wins by disqualification, but Cody still holds the title, and Cody
Yep.
turns heel.
And then you're gonna make Gunther the babyface?
No,
Sympathetic? People feeling
no.
sympathy
Gunther
for the
can't be a babyface. Gunther is not a babyface. He can't
Do
be.
yeah.
do you think their feud is gonna continue after this?
Yes, it's going to continue to Royal Rumble.
So do you think it's gonna be heel versus heel then?
Yes, we haven't seen that in a while. We need something new on the scene.
But who's going to be the next John Cena if Cody's gonna be heel?
Matt Cardona.
Shut up! You're muted again. You know what? You're muted. You're muted. All right. You're muted.
You mute me.
I'll
You're
kick
too
you off the
obnoxious.
fucking call. I'll kick you off the call. All right.
So seriously, so think about it. Right? Babyface wise, Who's going to be the face of the company?
You guys are looking at him
Or
every
or you
single week.
maybe they're just gonna have Roman do that.
No, you
Well,
guys
I
are
mean,
look.
right
You
now
guys are
he is
looking
the
at the
face.
next face of the WWE every single week on Raw and SmackDown.
Or it's going to be later down the road a tag team match, and it's going to be Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser, and they're going to say, Cody, you can find a tag team partner, but I know you're not going to. And then later on is going to be a surprise at whatever pay per view is going to be, and it's going to be this guy. No, I'm just kidding.
No. As much as I would love to see Goldust back in the WWE, no. Listen, the next face of the WWE, Brock.
It's got to be Punk.
What? No, old. They're fucking old. Braun Breaker, Obafemi. You're gonna see the young talent rise to be
Yeah,
the
but
face of
yeah, but
WWE.
but
Punk
Breaker
is
isn't
old. Punk is old. Cody
Breaker
Rhodes
isn't
is what? Is
Breaker
what?
isn't a face though.
Neither is Gunther. So
Yeah,
and
but
when
we're
Cody turns
asking
over,
the question.
you're saying you're agreeing with me. Cody's turning heel. You're saying Cody
Yes,
turns heel.
yes,
So
but then the
why is
question
he
was asked.
in the conversation of who's going to be the next face?
Well, that's it though. That was the question that was asked. So if Cody turns heel, right? Who's going to be the face of the company?
Obafemi or Braun Breaker?
Braun Breaker's out of it.
What
Breaker's part of the Vision, which is a
when
villain, which is a villain company.
listen. So was Seth. Look what happened to Seth.
That's because he
Huh?
got beat up.
Okay. Do you think the Vision's going to last? No.
Now
Vision's
that's
break. The Vision is not going to last.
talk about some bad luck there, right? Like
Uh,
honestly, Seth gets injured, Breaker gets injured, Bronson Reed gets injured, Logan Paul gets injured.
So when you look at Braun Breaker, he comes out in the crowd. What does the crowd do? Ho ho
Well,
ho
yeah,
ho. What does that mean? That's an indication the fans are with the wrestler and that they're for him. All
that's
right,
not true though.
it's not.
No, it's not true.
Even when Stone Cold went heel, what happened? What'd you get? Huh? Huh?
That what I'm saying is that's just because they're sitting there singing the theme song doesn't mean that they're
That they're with you? How?
yeah.
How? Tell John, help me. Help me help this man out. If the crowd isn't with you, would they do anything to interact with you?
Absolutely. It's happened for freaking decades. When Rock came out and he was heel Rock, when he left at Nation of Domination, right? Die Rocky Die. They were all still saying Die Rocky Die, smell what the Rock is cooking. And he was heel.
That's not.
Straight up heel.
That's okay.
Roman Reigns was a heel for the past 4 and whatever years, and everybody still put the ones up.
Yeah.
But Roman is not. What did Roman turn into? The guy.
Yes. But what I'm saying is though, is just because they're singing your theme song or chanting, that doesn't mean that they're backing you as a face.
I'm not saying as a face. I'm saying it could turn into the face. All right. If you have the crowd interaction for you, one switch of your character, now you're a face. If the crowd is already with you, one switch and you're a face. Seth Rollins, perfect example. One switch and he was a face. Roman Reigns. They fucking booed him at the 2015, 2014 Royal Rumble.
Actually, you might be right. Chris Jericho with the Judas theme song.
All right. Yes,
Yep.
yes. Chris Jericho with the Judas theme song. Not just that. When you look at
But
a guy
but he was also going against MJF though too, who was a straight up heel.
when you look at a guy like Kurt Angle, huh? Kurt Angle heel, Kurt Angle face. Crowd interacted. One switch, he was a face. Cena, if you remember correctly, Cena was a heel when he first came out. Dr. Thugonomics was a heel at first. What happened? He became one of the biggest baby faces the company's ever had. So it doesn't matter. If you have the crowd with you, one switch, you're good.
But the problem is you have to have the creative to do it, and I don't think the WWE has the creative to do it now.
At that, when you have that crowd interaction, it's not about creative. They could put they could put Seth Rollins right now in a, I don't know, dog collar match with fucking James Ellsworth. The crowd's still going to be with Seth. It doesn't matter about creative right now. As long as the crowd's with you and the fan base is with you, and you make that switch, you could turn, what does Brock say? Chicken salad or chicken shit into chicken salad.
I
The people who are not established with the crowd, the people who are not established with themselves, yeah, creative kills them. But the people who are already established with themselves in the crowd, one little switch, he's good.
That's I don't know. I think the biggest face right now in the company, besides Cody Rhodes, is he's on the TV right now, and that's Matt Cardona.
We're ending this conversation. I'm actually kicking you out right now. All right? I
So
hope you understand.
so we're going with so what's the final predictions here?
I'm gonna say Cody or Gunther wins by disqualification.
Cody retains.
Heel
Okay,
Cody.
I agree with that one. I think it's all going to be dependent on though on what happens tomorrow night at AAA. If if whoever gets unmasked, if one of those people get unmasked and it happens to be Ludwig Kaiser, I think that's going to be the tail of the tape.
But
John,
I, I just don't see it happening because they all love El Grande Americano so much as Ludwig Kaiser.
Well,
Did
we don't know if it's Ludwig Kaiser underneath that mask though.
yeah,
Jesus
no,
Christ.
okay.
We're just assuming.
Kayfabe wise, no one knows, but realistically, everybody knows. And do you really think that they're just going to throw away all that momentum that they've had the love from the
Don't say
That's
that, John. Don't
just
say
just
that. Look what they did to Kari.
but no, but John's
yeah, but
absolutely correct
this
though.
is AAA. These are
Yeah,
like
yeah, John's absolutely correct. Like the AAA crowd loves El Gran Americano, and
if
he's a heel.
they're just going to unmask him and then they're going to start continuing the shows with Chad Gable showing up. Do you think that they're still going to show up to the shows? They're probably going to be like what the fuck? Like we love
And
this guy and now you're not going to give him to us anymore. And
yeah,
and and I'm pretty sure a majority of those kids want to show up to the AAA shows now because of Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't think about that, but you are right on that one there though too. Like they that crowd
You know,
is hot for
like
Ludwig Kaiser.
I see where this is going, but I just think all of this is just too early. Like I could see like later down the road that Ludwig Kaiser is going to get unmasked or he's just going to be gone without getting unmasked and then just return to the main roster as Ludwig Kaiser out of nowhere, something like that. But I just don't see it happening at this moment in time, especially with how hot he is as El Grande Americano right now. I feel like, and this is not even about like the whole Cody versus Gunther thing, but I think the mask versus mask, I think it's gonna be Chad Gable who gets unmasked, and then he's gonna just return to American Made because he's ready to come back. Um, and going back to Cody versus Gunther, I think Cody is going to win, but I don't think it's gonna be disqualification. I think Cody is going to win, but he's going to barely win. He's going to barely win, and I mean like scratch and claw barely to retain it. I think my prediction is that we're going to get an absolute 5-star classic. Oh no, I'll take that back. Not a 5-star classic, but we're going to get a really good match. And we're gonna get a war that sets the tone for the entire night because there is a reason why that they put it as the opening,
Hmm.
and so that it sets the tone.
Yeah, you want to
Um,
get the crowd hot right from the beginning.
Exactly. So Gunther is going to chop Cody's chest into fucking raw meat, and Cody is going to hit the disaster kick. He's going to hit the Cody cutter, and Gunther's just going to kick out of everything. And just when it looks like Gunther has Cody locked in the sleeper hold and the title, and it feels like the title is just slipping away, Cody's going to pull off a desperate ultimate babyface counter, maybe a roll up, maybe he's going to hit crossroads after crossroads after crossroads out of nowhere, and that's what I mean, like by just barely making it and scratch and claw, you know. So just hear me out on the booking logic. Gunther is the ring general, obviously, right? He's a machine, and
Mhm.
he's fresh off laying out Cody on SmackDown. He's a legitimate threat to end the American Nightmares era at any given second, as he chooses. But like you have to look at the bigger picture here. Cody Rhodes has been the fighting face of the company, and you don't end a legendary title reign like that at the very beginning of a Sunday afternoon show in Italy. Without a really big, massive, like earth-shattering narrative reason for it. Like I've been saying for all these past other matches, it's just too early. So I think that for Clash in Italy, it's going to be a scratch and claw, barely win out of nowhere, um, for Cody Rhodes, and he's going to retain his championship.
I like that.
So we're all in agreement that Cody's going to retain his title.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But Nick and I are going with the disqualification part of it, and you're going with a straight up clean win.
yeah, clean
So,
but barely.
yeah, okay. So you look at the 5 matches on the card. What is your match of the card?
Brock Oba.
Brock Oba.
Yeah, I think Brock Lesnar. I was gonna say Roman versus Jacob, but I don't want to sound biased.
Yeah. Okay. So we're all picking Brock Oba as the match on the card there.
Worst match of the card, Jade Rhea.
Becky Ruka.
Oh.
Uh, as much as I hate to say it, I'm going to go with John this one here and go Becky Ruka
Like
as far as the
like I
worst
said,
match on the
I
card.
think that match is just a filler to keep Becky busy. It has no meaning to it whatsoever.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, guys, go to Shop KWK. Use the code NSCWNG for 10% off your total order. Go to Ocean Dust Company.com. Use the code NSCW and the and symbol G for 20% off your total order as well. Go to W Energy. Listen, we're working with a lot of companies right now where it's not just in our best interest, but your best interest to save money. Because that's what right now in this economy, the one thing we need to do is save money. So, W Energy, Ocean Company, Ocean Dust Company, as well. And let me tell you about Ocean Dust Company. They are a 90s style retro apparel company. And when I mean apparel company, I don't just mean your average shirts. I'm talking really detailed graphic shirts. Anywhere from Sonic to Resident Evil to Tony Hawk Underground to
Batman.
Silent Hill, Batman, Ninja Turtle,
Batman.
Star Wars, anything you can think of as far as PlayStation,
I am
Nintendo,
Batman.
Sega Genesis,
Batman.
GameCube. All right, just I'm muting him. At this point, yeah, I'm muting him. There's just so much to do, and they're great. W Energy pre workout. The one thing that is really good and needed in this business of professional wrestling is to go to the gym. And me, I'm a hypocrite. I love to eat. So my workout, maybe it's a couple double cheeseburgers. But other than me, there's a lot of people that go to the gym. So use the code NSCWNG for 20% off your total order as well on W Energy. Other than that, check out EM Collectibles, check out Flex Wrestling, check
Premium
out Premier
relations.
Talent Relations. I'm sorry, I'm speaking. I try to mute you. All right, I try to mute you. But yeah, if you're a talent, if you're a former wrestler, former whatever, and you're looking to go to WrestleCon, you're looking to go to any type of conventions, go to Premier Talent Relations. Joseph Lynch, Joe Lynch, that's our guy. He gets us hooked up with a lot a lot of interviews, a lot of people. He's a great guy to talk to. Also, if you're an aspired
There we
wrestler,
go.
if you're an aspired referee, manager, whatever the case may be, there's a couple schools to go out to. And one is the infamous Academy. Ken Anderson, Ken Kennedy's wrestling school up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Classes start August. I'd get in touch with them. I mean, guys like, um, oh my gosh, what were the Dante brothers in
Yep.
AEW,
Yep.
and then the
Darius
infamous,
Martin.
yeah, then the infamous Tiffany Stratton went to the academy.
Hmm.
Right? There's also a school if you're down south, San Antonio style wrestling.
Head trainers Hernandez.
Sean Hernandez, part of LAX, infamous TNA guy, Super Mex. So if you're an aspiring wrestler, referee, manager, you're up north, you can make a trip to the Academy, Minneapolis, or you're down south, and maybe you want to go to Houston. Maybe you want to go to or was it San
San
Antonio,
Antonio.
Texas? San Antonio style wrestling school. You can follow them on 210 style wrestling on Instagram or on Facebook. Get a hold of them. That's what you got to do. And of course, prowrestlingtees.com/NSC Wrestling and Gaming. We got new merch coming out.
To be
Exciting
having
merch
hopefully within the next month, we should be having new shirt designs showing off the new fearsome foursome
with me, Chris, John, and of course Don Freeze.
and some very exciting designs. We're not going to mention them yet, but when they drop, you'll see them.
Again, prowrestlingtees.com/NSC Wrestling and Gaming. Check out all our socials, same name. We're very easy to find.
And
And
don't forget to support your local independent wrestling.
yes, that's the
There,
local independent wrestlers, local independent scene. I've said this time and time again, especially with HC Loke. You never know who's going to be the next call up, and I've said this in a couple episodes already. But with Busted in the Brain, Jordan Oliver, Alec Price, I had the privilege of calling one tag team match for them at Excite, but multiple matches of Alec Price's match at Excite. And after I called Alec Price's match at Excite in Binghamton, New York, it was probably about 2-3 weeks later he got signed to AEW. So you never know who's gonna get called up. You never know who's gonna be the next one up.
I always
So
say, as far as your independencies go, the stars of tomorrow are there today. It's much more affordable, much more personable. It's just as good of action. And if you ain't got a local independent promotion in your town, then there's one in the town next to yours because they're popping up everywhere. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan.
and on that note, I mean, listen, we have really upcoming exciting interviews happening, and it's just a good time to be a wrestling fan. John, any
Yeah,
last words because this is your first time on?
Uh, no, I just want to say thank you for having me, and this won't be the last time you'll see me.
absolutely not, brother.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.